Our lesson is about operations with rational numbers. Our objectives: to add and subtract rational numbers, to multiply and divide rational numbers, and to solve problems involving operations on rational numbers. Rules on operations with fractions. So only similar fractions can be added. Add only the numerators and indicate their common denominator. And you can reduce the sum to its simplest form. So if you have here similar fractions, then you can add simply the numerator. But if you have the similar fractions, you should get the LCD to make your fractions similar and get your new numerator, then add. Same thing with subtraction. If you have similar fractions, then you can just subtract the numerator, and if you got the similar fractions, make this similar first, then subtract the numerator. In multiplying fractions, get the product of the numerators over the product of their denominators. So you just simply multiply numerator by another numerator and denominator by another denominator. In division of fractions, so you must get the product of the first number and the reciprocal of the other or the second number. So you have to get the reciprocal of this one and proceed to multiply. So 2/3 divided by 5/2 is equal to 2/3 times 2/5. So the product will be 4/15. And the properties of addition and multiplication hold true to rational numbers. The order of operations in a series of operations is observed. That is the Gemdes rule. Rules on operations with decimals. In adding and subtracting decimals, you have to line up the decimals and fill in the gaps with 0, then add or subtract the columns just like when you are adding whole numbers. So if you are to add 2.046 plus 0.658 plus 1.39, so you can notice here that I added 0 here. I just fill 0 with this gap. So just proceed with addition. And subtraction, 10.8 minus 3.5. So I just fill 0 here, then proceed to subtract. So 0 minus 2 cannot be, so I have to borrow 1 from 8. Then 10 minus 2 is 8, then 8 here will become 7. So 7 minus 5 is 2, then 10 minus 3 is 7. So the answer is 7.28. In multiplication, when multiplying decimals, you do not need to line up the decimal points. Just multiply the numbers like the normal way, then count how many decimal numbers appear in the questions or the given numbers, then that is the digit numbers in your or the decimal places in your answer. So here we have 1, 2 decimal digits. Then with our answer, we have to count from right to left. 1, 2. Then our answer will be 1.12. So in division, there are steps in doing division of decimals. So you have to move the decimal point in the divisor so that it becomes a whole number. Then move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places to the right. Then divide as if working with whole numbers. And you can write the decimal point in the answer directly above the decimal point in the dividend. So let's have that example. I have a given here 1.8072 divided by 0.06. So I have to make this a whole number, so I have to move 2 places to the right, and I will have to do that also with the dividend. I will have to also move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 1.8072 will become 180.72, and 0.06 will become 6. Then I will have to proceed with normal division. Then I will have to divide. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Then 3 times 6 is 18. Bring down 0. 0 divided by 6 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. And bring down 7. 7 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Then 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down 2. Then it will become 12. Then 12 divided by 2 is 2. Then 2 times 6 is 12. And 12 minus 12 is 0. And the answer, as you will notice, that I just put the decimal point exactly above the decimal point from the dividend. So the answer is 30.12. So that is how you do division of decimals.